we could get started. Okay, so how is everyone doing? I'm Lawson once again, and I've been doing HFX for a while, and I'm happy to see each and every one of you. So before we get started, I just want to know where you guys are, or tuning in from. I want to know where you're tuning in from. I mean, I won't tell you guys where I am. So where are you guys tuning in from? Lagos, yes, we have a lot of people in Lagos. Nice, nice. Abuja. Let's go. Canada, that's nice. Cross River, UAR. Yorkshire, UK, Bayelsa, Abia, PH, Accra, Cross River. Nice. Amazing. So this is the power of the internet. You guys are dialing in from very far places, and we can communicate and share ideas together. So I don't like to look at my sessions as a teaching session. I like to look at it as a training sessions where we rub minds, you understand? Because I feel I can learn from you. Adamawa State, that's nice. Benin, nice. So I believe I learn every day. I learn from you and you learn from me. We share ideas together. That's what helps us grow from one point where we are to another. So today we would be doing a lot in a very short time. We have until 9 o'clock. So if you do not have your pen and your paper, I think this is the best time to get it, because I'll kind of be speaking a bit faster. So, but trust me, you know how I like to explain it. I'll explain it in such a way that you understand. So I'll share my screen now and then we'll get started. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Let me see the chat box. Can you guys see my screen? I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Yes, you can see my screen. Beautiful. Okay, so today I want to tell you guys some things that some people will look at as secrets. Many people join our sessions where we call trades. We call trades 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. And some other educators like Millie Mills, Matutea, and all these wonderful educators, they call trades, and it's not really magic. It's not really magic. There is a simple procedure that the Forex market or the HFX market moves. It is very similar. It moves in a pattern that is very predictable. That's why we have a lot of Forex traders that after a while, they become billionaires and millionaires like Millie Mills and the rest of them. Now that's because there's a simple pattern, and life in general has a simple pattern. By like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 6:30, the sun goes up, and somewhere around the same time, 7 p.m., the sun comes down. So it's a pattern that constantly occurs. So if you know and understand this pattern, you know when to wake up, or you know how to schedule your activities. Am I right? I'm right. So it's the same way in the Forex markets. The sun going up is what we can term as resistance, and the sun setting is what we can term as support. So in the Forex market, we have resistance and support. That is the core of everything that goes on in the market. SRTs. These are the core of everything you see in the market. So once you can get SRTs, once you're able to understand SRTs, your HFX game will not only spike up, your Forex game will spike up in the start, and probably your cryptocurrency game will spike up. Support and resistance is the basis of everything in Forex and in HFX and even cryptocurrencies. Understand? But for today, we'll be focusing on HFX and how you can leverage on support and resistance to have beautiful entries. So without wasting much time, you guys see, you can see my screen. So without wasting much time, I'm looking at the CASHTRAP. Now, if you're new here, and I said SRTs, support and resistance trends, SRTs. Just look at it as SR, support and resistance. You understand? So it's called support and resistance trends, but SRTs is what we call it. So I'll be engaging with the chat box so I could see if anyone is lost, to see how I can pull the person up too. So this is CASHTRAP. CASHTRAP is one of the best tools that was designed by IM Academy to help you understand confirmations. Now, some of the confirmations are support and resistance. We have Bollinger Bands, we have RSI, we have stochastics, we have your currency strength meter. Now, all these things were infused in one to give us what we have, or what we call the CASHTRAP. The CASHTRAP is located on the hourglass on your HFX pack or your elite pack. So, but before we come back to using support and resistance on CASHTRAP, I'll take you guys to trading view. Now, each and every one of you here should at least be a bit flexible around trading view. Now, the CASHTRAP takes some of the support it uses. For example, the movement of the market is drawn from trading view. And then the educators in IM Academy put some other ideas and thoughts together to make it really powerful. That's why CASHTRAP is very powerful. But trading view has a setup that, if you understand it, it's brilliant and you can make money off it. Understand? So today I'll be showing you guys support and resistance and how to mark up a support and a resistance. So I'm sure you guys are drop some fires in the chat box if you're ready to hear this. Let me see. Drop some fires in the chat box. I can't see fires in the chat box. Okay, so I'm on the trading view. Now, the trading view, you can set it up. Maybe we'll schedule on that session on how you can set up your trading view, but this is not that session. Today's session is to teach you how to set support and resistance and how to interpret support and resistance. Now, guys, take this down. Now, looking at support and resistance, you want to look at it in four major zones. The first zone you want to look at is support and resistance line. You want to look at it on the 4-hour. So write it out, 4-hour. Then the next is a 1-hour. Then after a 1-hour is a 15 minutes. And after a 15 minutes is a 5 minutes. Now these four zones, or these four time frames I've called, are the best ways. I'll explain further, but just I hope you guys have written it down. Now, for looking for support and resistance, the best way or the best time frame you can get the best support and resistance that would be respected all the time is in these four zones: in 4-hour, in 1-hour, in 15 minutes, and in 5 minutes. Now, how do you know where to change your time? Now, in trading view or even in your broker, you can come over here. You can see close to this my page, GBP CHF. By the corner, you can see 3 minutes. If you click on it, you can see 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, down to 4 hours. So just like I told you guys, 4 hours is crucial. The next one is 1 hour. The next is 15 minutes, and the next is 5. These zones are usually always respected, especially the 15 minutes time frame. This one here, this one right here, is usually always respected. So what do we mean by support and resistance? Support and resistance means a support level is like your ground level. Each and every one of you here is either sitting, standing, or lying down. So your leg is on a support, is on a base that's giving you support. The gravity, whether you like it or not, is keeping you on a particular level. And the only way you can go lower than the level where gravity is putting you, it's if you either dig or break through, right? So, and the only way you can go higher is if, from where you are currently, is if the highest peak you can get to right now is your roof. If you have a roof over your head, it's your roof. If you're outside or in your car, it's still the same. It's still the same thing. If you're outside, then maybe the sky or something. Understand? So that's the basics of resistance. Resistance simply means a roof that you cannot break through except you use any form of force. If you throw any ball or if you jump, that resistance is there to push you back down. It's there to push you back down. And the support is a zone where once price gets there, you cannot go any further. You cannot go any lower. So in the Forex market or in the HFX market, we allow price to go to support zones or resistance zones. So when price goes to support zones or resistance zone, there's one or two things it can do. It's either it drops from there. If it's on a support zone, it's either it hits there and bounces up, or it breaks through. For the resistance, either it hits there and drops down, or it breaks through. So, but market doesn't always break through just like that. It usually goes there for what we call a test. So it goes to a support zone, it tests it, it goes back, and then it could come back again and attempt to break it. Now, you can even leverage on the market while it's trying to break a particular zone. So when it goes up, you know that just like I showed this pen, it has a momentum that it used to land that will take it back up. So that's the same way it is on the Forex market or the HFS market. It gets to a point, it pushes up. Now, the difference is knowing how high it's going to push up. So you know if you're supposed to leverage on a buy or a sell position. We'll come to that. But next, let's go into how to set up your support and resistance. So guys, tell me, what is the best zone? I need to see it on the chat box. What is the best zone to mark up your support and resistance? Which one is the most respected? I want to see the first person that will drop this answer. Which zone, which time frame is the most respected? 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Somebody said 4 hours. Let me look for that person. I'm so sorry. I like to be very. Somebody said 4 hours. Get that person right now. Izuma, I said 4 hours. We are not listening. Izuma, it's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes. So don't look at. I'm not saying 4 hours is not okay, but 15 minutes is the most respected. 15 minutes is the most respected. It could get to a 4 hour. Most of the time, it could break through. It could get to a 5 minutes. It could break through, but most especially 15 minutes. 15 minutes are one of the toughest to break. So it always gets to 15 minutes time frame and respects it cordially. So now let's go to knowing how to map out a support and a resistance. Now, just like I told you guys earlier on, back in 1999, today is a Thursday. Back in 1999, somewhere in June, on Thursday, the sun came up in the morning, I'm sure, and it went back in the night. And here we are in 2021 on a June 10th on a Thursday, and the sun still did the same thing, right? The sun still came up in the morning and it still sets at noon or in the evening. It's the same thing that happens in the forex market. It repeats the same process. Now, but the activities that happen around that day may not necessarily be the same as the one in 1999. You understand? But for sure, the sun is going to go up and it's going to come down. So in the forex market, price is going to go up. Price is going to go up and it's going to come down. Now, the play around the inside of that going up and coming down is totally what you cannot necessarily predict, and you shouldn't even care about predicting. Your concern is, I want it to get to my support zone and I want it to push up. I want it to get to your resistance zone and I want it to come down. That's the most important thing, you understand? So how long it takes to get to the support and how long it takes to get to resistance, for now, is not really our concern. Our concern is just to allow it to get to a support zone or to get to a resistance zone, and then we know if you're taking a call or a put. So I told you how to mark the time frame to mark. So now we put this on the 15 minutes and then we look at the candles. Looking at the candles, we'll have on your trading view, or let's say hourglass. Hourglass is probably the same thing too. So let's say 15 minutes here. Or let me use trading view for this extension. I'll come back to CASHTRAP. So you come over here. If you do not really know how to use trading view, you come over here, you see arrow, trend line, pitchfork, brush, text, and all this stuff. The most important you need right now to mark up your charts is the trend line. The trend line. So you click on the trend line, and then you can see it has highlighted it. Now you come and look for anywhere that the candlestick had stopped. You have a green candle and you have a red candle. When two of them have probably the same length, you understand? When they have the same length, you have a green candle, and after that green candle, it stopped at a particular point, and then a red candle broke and it went way back down. That zone where two of them aligned is what you call your support zone. Similar to, is what you call your resistance zone. Similar to your support, a red and a green candle will stand side by side, almost the same length, especially at the tip, almost the same volume. Understand? That's how you know a support zone and a resistance zone. So you take your line. Look at this. Look at what happened here. Can you see this one I marked out? You have a green and a red candle, not the same length, but the tip. Look at the tip. They opened and closed at the same point. And I put my support line and I drew the support line. Yes, the market moved up, but when it came back, what did it do? It came and touched my support line and respected it. And don't forget, this is a 15 minutes time frame. It came and it touched my support line again. And what did it do? It respected it and it went up. Now let's look at our resistance. Now the market dropped here. It went up and it touched this resistance zone here. It came back down. It attempted to break the resistance zone. You see, it came back down. It went to break the resistance zone. It couldn't, but look at these two candles. So it formed another resistance. Then it couldn't, it dropped back down. continuously dropped down until it went to our support. It couldn't break the support, and then it pushed back up. So basically, what's it doing? It's doing the stuff I explained to you, the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun. So it went back there, it couldn't, it went back down. It will come back again to try to break it. And sometimes it will succeed, but most of the time it will get there and it will retest a little before attempting again. So it came here, it retested, it couldn't do this. It said, okay, let's try and see what we'll do to the resistance. It went to resistance, it couldn't break here. It came back down. It was like, man, really no need to go test the support for now. Let's go back with the resistance. It went up here, it couldn't, then it dropped and it went back to the support zone. You understand? And after the support zone, it couldn't break it. What next did it do? It went back to the resistance zone. Look at the lines. Let me draw it. Let me just place this here so you see it. So from this zone, trying to keep it straight. Okay, yes, it's straight now. So did you see what it did? It went up, it touched this resistance zone, it dropped back down. It went back there, it touched it, it went back down. It touched here, it played around, it went back. See what it's doing. It's respecting it, especially on the 15 minutes. It's respecting it up to 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. And for the support zones, I think twice. So it went back there, it touched it, and then it dropped again. It dropped until it broke this previous support zone, and it created another support zone. You understand? So this support zone it has created, it will come back to test it later in the future. So what did it do? It went back up. And what did it do? It came back down again to test the previous support. It couldn't break it. So it went back up and attempted to break this previous resistance, which it did. It succeeded. So now it has pushed back and it has created another resistance at the top here. Now, to blow your mind, you would think this is a new resistance zone. But if we mark our chart back to, let's say, 1 hour or 5 or 15 minutes or what's the other one I gave you guys, 4 hours or 1 hour, you notice that this place you're seeing here was a previous resistance in another time frame. It was a previous resistance in another time frame. So the game is just a support and resistance game. So when you see myself or Coach Chris or Coach Faith or Coach Emmanuel or Coach Tony or Coach Sylvia or Coach Abba calling out a trade, the only thing we're doing is to look for support and resistance zone. We'll come to other confirmations you need, understand? Because just like I told you, you may not necessarily be sure if it's going to break your support zone or your resistance zone, but at least you need to know support and resistance. Once you know that this is a support zone, there's a high probability, at least a 60% probability that when it gets there, it's going to push back up or push back down. So with that, you're already 60% sure. I tell people all the time that Forex or HFX is nothing like gambling. Gambling is a 50-50 stuff. Man City could win and Chelsea could lose, or Chelsea could win and Man City could lose if something happens, you get. So that's gambling. But when it comes to Forex, you have a way of predicting who will be the winner. You understand? You have a way of predicting how the market is going to move. And it's just for you to put down your eye and study more. So rushing to take a trade is not so wise. Taking your time, for example, if you go on a 1-minute trade, if you take some more minutes, like let's say 5 or 10 minutes, looking at the movement of that market, looking if it's going to a support or a resistance, the probability that you have 100% success rate are higher than if you just look at this market and you're seeing a red candle and you believe it to keep going down and you jump in. You could lose that trade. But if you're saying that it's going down and you're patiently waiting for it to come to a support zone before you enter or get to a resistance zone before you enter, there's a high probability that you will clear that trade. Are you guys getting this? I hope you guys are taking down something. We have 100 people on the call. Amazing. So that's basically support and resistance. So it gets to a support zone, and then you see Chris will come up and Chris will say, we're taking a sell from 325, or we're taking a call from this. You understand? One of the first things that helps him to understand, or that helps myself, or that helps other educators to understand where it is they're calling their price, is basically support and resistance. They look for a resistance zone, they look for a support zone, and then they call it out. Understand? Now that's just one. There are other confirmations that you need to look at to show, but SRTs are like 60%. If you know your SRTs, you're like 60% gone. The probability that you're clearing that trade is already 60%. Understand? Once you know, and once you can wait for it to get to a support, understand? Be patient for it to get to a support, or be patient for it to get to a resistance. You understand, guys? So everybody understands SRTs, right? So I'll move over to the next one. We have 30 minutes left. I'll move over to Yes, where the candle closes. Now look at what I did here. The green candle went up here and it pushed the wick. Usually I don't even like to consider the wick. You understand? If I'll consider the wick, I'll pick half of the wick. You understand? So where the candle closes, look at where it closes. It closes. It closed here and then it's opened on the same spot. And at the end of the day, in as much as it created the wick, it still ended. This place is opened was still where it opened. It did not close there. You understand? So it still dropped and closed somewhere here. You understand? So this is where you put your support and your trend line. So hang your trend line around here. Just hang your trend line. Hang this trend line somewhere around here. You understand? Most of the time you'll be in success. You understand? Most of the time we can do it for. You can even do it. Let's do it for 4 hours, and you'll see this line I marked. Let's look at it in 4 hours. Yeah, is it 4 hours? It looks like 4 hours is too long. I'm looking for it. Oh, 4 hours was too long. 4 hours was too long, but look at what it did here. You see this red candle? It pushed down and it went back up and it touched this, my yellow line. Did you see that? Now, in as much as I'm looking at the 4 hours, that's why I told you 15 minutes are very powerful. Now, it came to this, my red line, this, my yellow line that I created in the 15 minutes candle. It pushed down, played around. It came back and what did it do? It touched it at least for the second time and it dropped way massively. So just imagine you set up your trend line and then market came and touched it and you entered the sell. This is a 4-hour candle. So in 4 hours, you're in profits. And you know, obviously, we have our trades are usually 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Imagine if your trade is running for 4 hours, you're seeing constant profits. Like you can probably go and boil stone and come back and your trade is still in profits. You understand? This is a 4-hour candle. This is an 8-hour candle. So these are 8 hours. This is 8 hours and you're still in profits. That's the power of the 15 minutes time frame. 8 hours, you're still in profit. You're not, this is 8, this is not 4 hours. But look at the first one. This first candle is a 4-hour candle. The next one is on that 4-hour candle. And this other green candle that pulled up here, at least you could have pulled up here in 4 hours. So this is like at least 9 hours. In 9 hours, you're in profits. In 9 hours, you're in profits. Please, how do we know the hours and minutes? I just say that. So, but I'll come back again. So yes, you can boil stone. I don't know how long it takes to boil stone. If you boil stone, you can 9 hours. 9 hours, you can boil stone for 9 hours and you still be in profits. You understand? Before it pushed back up and broke the zone. Understand? So you wait for it. So the next thing, knowing when to jump in again, you wait for it. When it gets to your zone, observe it. Find out whether it wants to break or whether it wants to come back down. Understand? If it plays around and breaks that zone, then you leave it alone because there's a probability that it will keep going back higher. Understand? So this is it. We can look at it on the 1 hour and we'll probably still see the same thing. Let's look at it on the 1 hour. Let's see what it did. Can you guys see? This is a 1 hour. Look at what it did. It went back here, it drops down. It went back there again, it drops down before it finally went to break it. So if you're looking at the 1 hour, look at, let's say it touched here. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I told you guys it was more than 9 hours. 11 hours and you're in profits. 11 hours and you're in profits. Understand? This is mostly for people that even trade forex. Understand? But imagine if you that trade HFX in 3 minutes and in 2 minutes, you're in profits to this extent. You understand? And you can see other smaller resistance zone, but this one I marked out in the 15 minutes is still being respected. Understand? It's still being respected. So let's look at it on a 30 minutes. Let's see what train us on a 30 minutes. Still the same thing. Still went back up, touched here, came down, went back there, touched there, and it came down. At least it will test it twice. At least it will test it twice. Understand? At least it will test it twice before finally it broke through. So everybody understands this. Let's even look at it on the 1 minute. Let's see if how 1 minute is not going to work. Basically, maybe 5 minutes could work. 5 minutes is not working. Let's see. Let's move it. Oh, okay, 5 minutes is working. But it's just that it's taking it very long. Look at how many times you respected it on the 5 minutes, guys. Let's count. 1, it went there. 2, it went there. 3, came back down. It went back there again. 4, let's count, guys. So 4 times it has gone there. So this is the 5 minutes candle. 4 times it has got to your zone. So you can imagine how many entries you would have taken. This is 4. Okay, it's after 4, it now broke it. Understand? After 4, it broke it. Understand? So I have 25 minutes more. I have to show you guys a whole lot of things. So now let's go into the next action, which is our hourglass. Let's go into the next action, which is our hourglass. Just give me a minute. How do you now take the price action? I just showed you. You understand? I just showed you. So, for example, you set your price for you drew this your trend line. You drew this your trend line. Look at where this your trend line is. If you check, it has a price at the end. This price is 539. This price is 1.26539. So you know at 1.26539 or a little bit above, you can simply take a sell. Beautiful, right? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now I'll show you guys the other confirmation because I told you guys we're not gambling here. You want to be able to take a trade and basically put your hands on your head, you understand, and go to bed and boil stone, you understand. For some of you that probably like to play games or something, or you're at work or something, you can do all that stuff and be sure that it will go your way. So it's a trend line. I told you it's a support and resistance trend. So it's a trend line. You draw the trend line to get a support or to get a resistance. If we are to take this line and draw it for our support, it's still the same thing it's going to give us. If we have drawn this line here, so I just showed you with resistance. Look at it on the support zone. Let's say we leave it on the support zone. It's still the same thing. To respect it, it touched here, it's come back down, it touched, it came back down, it touched here. Let's see how many times it respected this one. Okay, this one, it respected it twice. This time, it respected it twice. I'll tell you guys why I chose the resistance point. But for now, you can set it on that 15 minutes. It's to respect the support and to respect the resistance. But don't forget, I said it can respect it maximum, minimum of twice. It can respect it many, many times, but you have assurance of twice. Understand? So don't go there and you're waiting for it to keep testing that particular zone. You understand? Sometimes it gets cloudy. So I want to know, Joseph, if you're new. So maybe you could just chat. We'll know if you're new. So if it's a resistance, you're expecting it to drop. You're expecting the candles to drop. You understand? If it's a support, you're expecting it to go up. So if it's on a support, you're expecting to take a call. If it's on the support, you're expecting to take when it gets to a support zone, you want it to take a call. I love to take calls on. I'm coming to that point. I'll tell you guys that point. So when it's on the support zone, you want to look for a call opportunity. And when it's on a resistance zone, you want to look for a sell opportunity. Everyone understands this. When it's at a resistance zone, you're looking for a sell opportunity. And when it's on a support zone, you're looking for a call opportunity. This is just one of the ways you can find out. Now, you guys want to be 100% successful, at least 80% successful. That's why I'm sharing this idea for you guys. So I feel this support and resistance is about 60%, but let's say it's 50%. Let's give room for other ideas. I'm going to I just told you the assurance that it wouldn't break. I told you have maximum twice. It touched here one, touched here two. And after two, you're not so sure if it will break. Understand? But at least you have 1, 2. Here you have 1, 2, 3. So it can be plenty, but at least twice. You understand? So if you mark up your chart properly, at least twice. So let's go to the hourglass. If I attempt to answer all the questions at once, just pay attention, be writing down, be picking down things. When you go back to study, as you're looking at your chart or something, you start figuring everything out together. So if I answer every question that pops up, we'll stay here till, I can stay here till 11 p.m., but can you stay here till 11 p.m.? So we're back to our cash trap. So I'll tell you guys, just give me a minute. Let me just check on the next topic and then I'll be back. Okay, the SRT is confirmation on the cash trap. Okay, then spikes. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. Coming spikes, avoiding spikes. I want to follow the program I set. Okay, I'm back. So the next thing we're going to look at is our cash trap. We're going to look at the confirmations on CASHTRAP. Now, many people do not know that in CASHTRAP itself obeys the support and resistance. Who is saying let's try to trade? No, you're not going to try to trade anything tonight. Tonight is your learning sessions. We have been trading every day. So you need to focus on learning more than you're focusing on your earning, because when you now learn, you can now take out the L and now make it an earning streak for yourself. But if you're focusing on the money, you will never get to learn. You understand? This is a lifetime opportunity. You understand? It's not something that you want to make money this month. If you make money this month, tomorrow you could lose that money. But if you learn it for life, this thing has gotten into my head and I'm still learning. For life is in my head. It doesn't matter the fine. And you know, with the HFX or the Forex market, it doesn't matter how bad the economy is going. You understand? You can trade. Obviously, you're making your money in dollars. If you're in Nigerian here, it doesn't matter how bad your economy is crashing. You're making your money in dollar, and then you can always convert it, understand, and make more money. So this is a lifetime. That's how I look at it. Some people come in and they want to look at it as a get rich quick scheme. They want to make money in the first day or in the first 2 weeks or in the first month. I don't see it that way. I see it as a lifetime opportunity. You understand? So let's go into the CASHTRAP. So the CASHTRAP on its own has SRTs. It supports resistance and it supports, it respects resistance and it respects support. You understand? So many people don't know this. Many people feel, oh, CASHTRAP, you have to just look at this, your RSI, your stochastic, this, your Bollinger Bands and all that. If you actually know how to look at your CASHTRAP, you would see that it respects that same support and resistance. Now, I didn't start with CASHTRAP in showing you support and resistance because I wanted you to have an understanding of how it works. Now, if you understand the trend lines and how to mark your chart up, you can definitely now come to CASHTRAP. Look at CASHTRAP. CASHTRAP basically has the same thing that TradingView has. So you can pick up your trend line from here and you can actually mark a chart for yourself. You understand? So look at this green line here. If you guys can see, you can see this green line here. This green line here is a resistance line. And this red line you're seeing here is a support line. Now, this is the reason why CASHTRAP is like one of the best tools to use to analyze the markets. Now, if you do not know this, I'm telling you this. Now, the banks and all these corporate companies that are like Forex companies that people give their money to give them that, I hate hearing that word, but that ROI, this ROI, 10% ROI, 15% ROI. Now, if you monitor the IM Academy, now these guys come to IM Academy and feed off the signals from IM Academy because they are wise. They understand that they're in business. They pay people to learn and understand CASHTRAP, learn and understand colors, learn and understand swipe coin. And then they take your money from you and give you 15% that you can probably make in 3 days or in 1 week. They give it to you every month and their own pocket is heavy, you understand? Meanwhile, yours, you're just getting the 15%. But I mean, humans, because we look at it as a get rich quick scheme, we're not ready to put in the work. We always want to give ourselves an excuse. I have this, I have that. It's totally fine. So the banks come here. When I was way younger, I used to wonder how the banks made their money. Like, you're holding my money for me and the manager is driving Benz. You sure the managers, the CEO is driving this, and you're just literally holding my money for me. It's not the 50 naira debit charge that makes them successful. It's because they know how to trade the market. They know how to use your money to make more money. So look at this red line here. This red line is a resistance point. Give me a minute. So this red line is your resistance line, and this green line is your support line. Look at this market. This market is literally respecting every resistance and support line that CASHTRAP has designed. Look at it. Let's start from this green candle. It went up and it touched this red candle. See what's happening here. It's showing us a call already on CASHTRAP. It's showing us a call. Let's see where the new candle forms up. It's showing us a call. It picked up from this resistance. If it breaks this resistance, it will only be because it has been testing the former resistance line previously. It has tested it many times. Understand? But let's see what happens here. Okay, it broke it. Let's see if it will end there. While it's still moving, while we're still looking at this chart, this is NZD USD. Now, don't forget, before you ever take a trade, especially if you're new, before you ever take any trade, you want to come to your currency strength meter and look at what the currency strength is saying. Now, on the hourglass, we are looking at NZD USD, which is my favorite pair. Now, let's see what NZD USD is here. We have NZD USD. So there's a high probability that NZD USD will be a buy. Now, if the first currency, for example, you want to take NZD USD or you want to take GBP USD, if the first currency that came out of your mouth is GBP, and you check here and the GBP is full or is way higher than the USD, the probability that is going to be buying is very high. The probability that is going to be buying is very high. So what do? You come to your cash trap. For example, let's look at this GBP USD. You come to your cash trap. You look for GBP USD. This is GBP USD. You already called. You already called. It has already been buying. But what you're now looking for is for this price, for price to touch your resistance zone. I mean your support zone. Don't forget you're looking for a call because on your currency strength meter, GBP is way higher than USD. You don't know how high, but you know GBP is way higher. Then you come to your hourglass, you look at it, you see it's 76.23. Look at this. Let me arrange it for you guys to do. So the next thing you want to do, first thing you want to do is your currency strength meter. Even before you look at it on TradingView, your currency strength meter. I do it all the time, and that's why I hardly lose a trade. Your currency strength meter. That's your first confirmation. Then the next confirmation you want to look at. So you've gone to your currency strength meter. Is it supposed to be a buy or a sell? Is it supposed to be a call or a put? Is it supposed to be going up or coming down? So looking at the currency strength meter, GBP is way higher, so it should be a call. So now, are you just going to jump into the market and just click on a call? No, you're not going to do that. You're going to wait for price to come to a support level. You understand? So the market goes, how can I draw this on my screen for you guys? The market goes, look at this. Let me go to my, let me go to a live example. Let me use a 15 minutes. See if I can show you guys a live example. I hope you guys are understanding. So see what the market does. The market goes up, down, up, down, up, down. But on the long run, for example, here it was giving an uptrend. If I should take my, okay, let me start from this one that was a downtrend. This is not GBP USD. Okay, let me look at GBP USD so you guys will see what I'm saying. GBP USD. I hope you guys are taking note and you guys are paying attention. This will help you for life. It will help you when you go to practice. You'll see that it will really help you. So GBP USD. So a while ago, it was an uptrend. So I pick up my line and I can literally just draw. I can literally just draw my support zone like this because the support zone has to follow the trend line. You understand? The second, I saw second there and I said the second. The trend line has to follow. That's why it's called a trend. So what is trending in the market right now? The thing that is trending in the market is the Twitter ban. The Twitter has been banned. So that's what's on everybody's lips right now. Or maybe Tiwa Savage and Shei's fight. That's the trend right now. That's what's on the market. So you come to the Forex market and you're looking for the trend. What is the trend? It's on that trend you set your support line or your what's it called? Your support line. Understand? Same thing you do for. So see what the market did. Is an uptrend. So it went up, it got to some support zones or whatever, but it came back down. Understand? And you know that it's going to touch here, and it's because it's an uptrend. So it will touch here and it will keep going. Now, this is on the trend. This is trading on the trend. Now, but if you were to keep it on the flat line too, you still see that it respected some zones around here. But for now, we're looking at the trend. Understand? Because we want to bend it into CASHTRAP and show you the way you can make sure your trades are like 90%. You understand? You want to be able to go into a trade being confident. You understand? So the market touched here, it went up because it's an uptrend. It will go up, but you're waiting for it to come down before you enter. You don't just go and jump on the trade here because you know it's an uptrend. You're not trading Forex, you're trading HFX. If you're trading Forex, fine, you can stay here, you can wait a while, maybe in the next 2 days or some hours, it could take you back in profits after you've seen some losses. But for HFX, you don't have that luxury of time. So you want it to drop down to another form of support then you can enter. For example, if I had waited patiently and this market dropped here and I entered from here, see how long it took it to push up. This is 15 minutes. So in the next 15, 30, 45, 60, this is 1 hour. This is like 2 hours. I'm still in profit. Just like I told you guys, 3 hours, I'm still in profit. That's because I'm trading with the trend. I'm trading with the trend, guys. So I just hope this is not confusing anybody. So back to where we were. We're on the hourglass. I don't like this GBP USD market, but let me see. Okay, better. So GBP USD has been on a buy trend. It has been pulling up. It has been going up, going up, going up, going up. Because it's going up doesn't mean it will not give some breaks to come down. It will take a while. So everything that is going up has to take a while to come down a little bit before it continues pushing up. That's the reason why on this GBP USD, in as much as it's going very high, but it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down until it finally fell. I'm sure at this point where it fell, the GBP power dropped drastically. That's why it fell to this point. So if we were even to look at this trade, let me see if we can even probably. Okay, now look at what happened. Now GBP has gotten its strength back, and after this great fall, this great falling away, look at it's now gained the structure and it's now pushing up. Now, because it's pushing up doesn't mean it doesn't give a rejection back down. Look at this, my setup. Now it gave a rejection back down, but what did it do? Once I waited patiently for it to touch my support zone, what did it do? It went back up. Imagine if I knew it was a buy trend and I went to place a buy around here or around here because I know it's buying. If I was trading the forex market, yes, that would have worked. But I'm trading HFX market and I'll be like, why is this thing spiking me out? Or why is this thing pushing down? When my currency strength meter is telling me that GBP is full, USD is low. It should be buying. So why is it dropping? You understand? And then you roll over the first time and it's still tanking. You roll over the second time and it's still tanking. You roll over the third time, and then it's still tanking. And now your mind is beginning to beat. You understand? You know, this IQ center, this thing, there's a way there's that dot represents your heartbeat. Like it's constantly pumping like this. You understand? So your heart begins to beat. You understand? You manage to roll over the fourth time, and then it's still tanking. And then maybe you crash your accounts, or maybe you lose a lot of money, and then you call your mentor or call anybody and say, I don't want to trade. Trading is not for me. This thing is not working. My village people don't want me to succeed in life. You just look for something. You understand? We get that a lot. Now that's because you traded, in as much as you were trading with the line, with the trend, you did not wait for it to come. That's why I first started with the support and resistance. Before I started teaching, I first started with the support and resistance. So you have to wait. You have to wait. Look at somebody on this call was already saying, let's trade. It's people like that lose trade sometimes. I know you're new, but if you go with that mentality, you probably lose trade because you're in a hurry to go into the market. And the market is waiting for people like you. Trust me, the market is waiting for people like you that want to double your money, double your account very fast. It will just allow you. It will look at you and say, this guy did not see that this thing is doing a retest. He wants to come and drop his $10 or his $5 for us to eat. No problem. They will allow you. IQ Cent is readily available. Vide Forex, Race Option, whatever. They are readily available to clear your money. They don't have no mercy. They don't have no pity for you. Understand? They can just tickle your fancy and just maybe deceive you that, oh, it will go back in your favor, and then you take another entry and then it will go back down again. I faced that a lot. So like you could enter a buy and then it buys a little and you're excited, and then it drops and then it starts pushing back up and you're like, oh, maybe I can take a second entry. This thing is going back to my first entry. And then you enter and then it drops again. You double up, you roll over, whatever you're doing is still tanking, and then you crash your account. So don't forget, you have to be patient. Wait for it to come to its support zone. If it's on a downtrend, for example, this is a downtrend, you wait for it to get to a resistance, and then you can sell from there. So you come to your hourglass. I'm giving you guys a whole lot of value. I'm sure some sharp guys understand what I'm saying, and they can literally take advantage of it and make a whole lot of money on the cash trap. So you don't want to just jump on it. For example, I'm looking at cash. You know, some people will be like, man, I'm looking at cash trap. Cash trap say we should call. The only thing they're seeing is this call here. This call. CASHTRAP said we should call, and it's selling. This CASHTRAP is 40. You understand? And then you forget the reason CASHTRAP is there. CASHTRAP is there to make you see your options properly. Understand? So you're seeing call, you just click on call, and then look at this market now went down. And then you're like, man, this people told me this tool is working. Why is it tanking? You understand? So, but then you have not looked at a whole lot of things. For example, me just looking at CASHTRAP, I can see a possible confirmation very soon here. It has crossed this green stochastic. It's going to push up very soon. But this one has not gotten here. This one has not gotten to the green Bollinger Bands. Probably not gotten to any green resistance. You understand? So you look at your trading view. It probably hasn't gotten to any resistance. You understand? So you're not ready to take a call yet. You're not ready to take a call yet until at least this one has crossed the RSI has crossed to this green line. This one has definitely it has crossed. So we're waiting for it to bend up. Same thing. You want this one to cross too. You want to see a B, a buy here. You're still seeing an S. So for all I care, this thing is still going to be selling because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmation, and this is a resistance line here. Look at this red line here. This is a resistance line. It's just actually it's not far from this resistance line. So for all I care, this thing will sell a little while. That's why it's selling. In as much as it's a buy trend, in as much as this thing is on the buy, look at it. It's selling on trading view. CASHTRAP is undefeated. Like if you know the power of CASHTRAP, if you know the power of CASHTRAP, look at it's selling here. Understand? And the only way I could even see that it's selling here or predict how long it will sell is because I came to CASHTRAP. And when I saw what I saw here was that price is not far from the red Bollinger Bands. Price is not far from the red resistance. I'm seeing an S here. This thing is still bending. This one has not aligned. It's still bending. So the probability that it's still going to sell is still high. And I'm not going to sell with it. I'm going to wait for it to get to a point where it's now ready to buy. And then I'll comfortably buy and I'll go and boil stone, or rather boil eggs or something. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's the best thing you can take. So the next thing I'll go into is so I've basically told you guys about how to avoid this how to avoid spikes. So now let me basically tell you guys the full confirmation on CASHTRAP. So for the time frame, let me go into time frame. Now many of you wonder why my calls, if I'm calling a trade for you, I'm calling a 2-minute trade for you. If Chris is calling, he'll call it 2 minutes. If Faith is calling, she'll call it 2 minutes. If Emmanuel is calling, 2 minutes. If Abba is calling, 2 minutes. If Millimills is calling, she'll tell you 15 minutes or 10 minutes. If Telomax is calling, he'll tell you 3 minutes. Now, there's a reason why some people use 15 minutes, some people use 2 minutes, some people use 3 minutes. There's a reason. Now, one of the reasons is what hour frame are they using to look at that chart? You understand? Initially, I told you guys about the time frame used to look at the chart. What hour frame are they using to look at that chart? If they are using a 4-hour, so I believe Millimills looks at it on the 1 hour. You understand? If she's looking at it on the 1 hour, she's going to tell you to take a 15-minute trade because it will definitely play her way. If she's looking at it on a 15 minutes, she will definitely tell you to take a 3 minutes trade. You understand? 3 minutes trade, she'll tell you to take it because to play out. For me, I look at it on the 5 minutes, sometimes even 3 minutes. And that's why I'll tell you to take a 2-minute trade. Now, I'm telling you to take a 2-minute trade because in 2 minutes, the probability that your trade is going to bounce against you is very low. And if it's bouncing against you, a rollover can help it. 1 rollover or 2 rollovers can help it bend in your favor. So I personally like to take 2-minute trades. And everybody that calls trade with me, all the other educators in wealth makers that call trades with me, we all love 2-minute trades. You can take a 1-minute trade, but there are certain conditions to taking a 1 minute or a 3-minute trade. For me, I feel 2 minutes is very balanced, and that's why I use 2 minutes. That's why Chris uses 2 minutes. That's why Faith uses 2 minutes. That's why Emmanuel uses 2 minutes. That's why Abba uses 2 minutes. That's why Sylvia, Toyin, everybody uses 2 minutes. They have their reasons. Some other people use 3 minutes. Some other people use 1 minute. I know some people that use 1 minute a lot. Understand? So they have their reasons. Now, the next thing we want to go into now before I fully come back to is 9 p.m. Sheesh. Okay, so let me just briefly touch on this CASHTRAP on the confirmations. So there are 7 confirmations on CASHTRAP. There are 7 confirmations on CASHTRAP that each and every one of us need to know. The first one is currency strength meter. Now we have a manual currency strength meter here, but the best currency strength meter you can ever see is the one on the CASHTRAP. Now that's because CASHTRAP will tell you the number. You see GBP is 71, USD is 23. But on currency here, you can just basically just see a green and a red line. You don't know how far. For example, if you're going to trade on Euro USD, or let's say CHF NZD, can you really tell which one is stronger between this NZD and CHF, or Euro and USD? You may not necessarily be able to tell, but let's look at Euro USD on CASHTRAP. Let's look at Euro USD on CASHTRAP. Euro USD on CASHTRAP. Euro USD on CASHTRAP. I look forward to seeing you guys call trades for the rest of the team, and that's the reason I'm doing this. So look at Euro USD. It's playing around. It's still moving. It's still going up and down. But if we should check, let's see, Euro USD. So Euro USD, you can see Euro is 17 and USD is 23. So that means that in as much as they are the same bar, USD is stronger. So what does that mean? That means it's going to probably be selling, right? That means it's going. I told you, when the first one is way stronger than the second one, is buying. But when the second one is stronger than the first one, there's a probability that it's going to sell. Personally, I won't take this type of trade. I would rather take a David versus Goliath position. Now, you know, if God was not involved in that fight, David would have actually been the bread for the birds to eat on, just like Goliath was saying. It's just that God was involved, and God became the new Goliath, and the Goliath became the new David. You understand? So, but I would personally take I'll personally take a full bar against a weak bar. You understand? I'll personally take a full bar against a weak bar. You understand? So AUD USD, GBP USD, even JPY USD, NZD, like this guy is too weak. So the probability that these other ones to feast on them is high. So if I'm taking GBP USD, I'm looking for buy opportunities or call opportunities. If we're taking USD, NZD USD, we're looking for buy opportunities. If we're taking Euro GBP, what position are we looking for? Somebody tell me. We're looking at Euro GBP. Are we looking for a buy or a sell, or a put or a call? Somebody tell me. Let me see the first person to tell me. Are we looking for? Yes. Anu said it was a sell. That was really fast. Yes, Salah said it was a sell. I can see sell, put. Amazing. Nobody said the buy. Amazing. That means you guys are following. Yes. So so we are going to be taking a sell position. That's what we are going to be looking for Euro GBP. Now let's even just briefly just go to our currency, our trading. We'll come back here. Maybe we'll be able to see how we can scalp a few trades. So the first thing you want to do is your currency strength meter. The next thing you want to do is your Bollinger Bands. Now this red line, these red things that look like marker are your Bollinger Bands. So the first thing is your currency strength meter. The next one is your Bollinger Bands. Everybody understands what the currency strength meter does. The next one is your Bollinger Bands. Now your Bollinger Bands, when price is at your Bollinger Band, it acts as a form of resistance too. So when price is hanging around either inside or a little bit above your Bollinger Bands, you know it's going to tank. You know it's about to drop. All you have to do is just look for a convenient price and jump in, and then it's going to drop. You understand? Just like what it's doing here. And when price is on the green Bollinger Bands, look at what it's doing here. Look at this new blue candle that just formed. When price is on the green Bollinger Bands, or a little bit lower than the green Bollinger Bands, you know what is going to push up very soon. You cannot set Bollinger Bands on the trading view. Focus on your CASHTRAP. You understand? Focus on your CASHTRAP. You don't want to stress yourself. You understand? You want somebody that has done everything for you. Just the same way I'm sure you dial into our trading sessions and take free trades. You understand? And clear and grow your percentage. We didn't get the opportunity when we started. You understand? A whole lot of things have changed to be in the favor of people in IM Academy, especially this year. From the affirmations, there are a whole lot of changes this year that we didn't see last year. You understand? A whole lot of people that can help you actually make money, unlike the previous years. You understand? Anybody that has been here for like a year or two can testify to that. So on the green Bollinger Bands, when it's on the green Bollinger Bands, it's going to push up. You understand? And that forms your resistance, or your new support. You can see the support line. This is green support line here. CASHTRAP has given the green support line. You've seen the green Bollinger Bands. You're seeing a buy here. It's crossed this green stochastic. It's crossed this green RSI. Boom. What did you see? A green candle. Boom. And in 2 minutes, your trade is cleared. You get me. So So that's your confirmation. So the first one is your currency strength meter. The second one is your what? Your Bollinger Bands. I just told you the Bollinger Bands are the green and the red one. The next one is this, your stochastic tool. This is a stochastic tool. You're seeing a B. This B means that this market has been oversold and it's time for it to buy. That's why a B is going to pop up here. For here, it means that the market has been oversold. Look at this S is directly under this place. It was at the red Bollinger Band and the red resistance. You understand? So it means that the market is overbought and is going to what? Sell. Sell means what? Is going to tank. It's not scholastic. It's not scholastic. Stochastic. Stochastic. You can check online for the spelling. Stochastic. Stochastic. Something like that. So when is on the green Bollinger Band, you see it's overbought. So it's oversold. So it pointed a B here. So when this aligns with your stochastic and your RSI is your relative strength index. Your relative strength index. When it aligns with your relative strength index, then what do you know? You know it's going to buy. So you have your confirmation. The first one is what? Your currency strength meter. The second one is what? Your Bollinger Bands. I taught you guys the Bollinger Bands. The next one is your stochastic. Stochastic, you can call it stochastic 1. The third one is your, the fourth one rather is your stochastic 2, right? So the fifth one is your RSI, your relative strength index. Hope you're writing it down. I still, even me that teaches, I still write things down. Your relative strength index. So, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have all these 5, you're good to go. If you have all these 5. Oh, I didn't mention the support and resistance. The support and resistance is very strong too. So you have your support and resistance, SRTs, support and resistance. You can find your support and resistance just around the Bollinger Bands. You can find it just around the Bollinger Bands, just around this Bollinger Bands here. So when you're, look at what this thing is doing. In as much as it's showing us the puts, what are you saying? You're seeing that it's pushing up. It's still showing a blue candle. Take off this red thing. I will tell you to even take it off. Remove it. It's just showing you the movement of the market at that particular time. Look at what it's doing. It's respecting what we just said. Is over the green. It has pointed up. It has to get to this red line first and bend. This B has to turn to sell. This thing has to get to your what? Your red Bollinger Bands. It has to get to your red resistance before you think of selling. If you sell from here, you will lose your money. If you sell from here, you will lose your money. You understand? Take out this, in short, each and every one of you, take out this put. This put confuses a lot of you. You just come in and look at the put and you take a put or you call and you lose it. Look at this market is still going up. It must go up to go to our resistance zone or go down to go to our support zone. Number 1 is currency strength meter. Number 2 is Bollinger Bands. Number 3 is stochastic. Number 4 is, okay, let me go again. Number 1 is currency strength meter. Number 2 is Bollinger Bands. Number 3 is stochastic 1. Number 4 is stochastic 2. Number 5 is relative strength index. Let me put it in the chat box. Let me put it in the chat box. The first one is currency strength meter. The next one is your Bollinger Bands or your Bollinger Bands, depending on. The next one is your stochastic 1. I hope I'm spelling it correctly. The fourth one is your stochastic 2. The fifth one is your relative strength index. Relay. Or RSI. The last one is your support and resistance. Okay, somebody is helping you guys tell you what call is and what put is. The put means it has gotten up. Look at this put has come back here. This put has appeared back here. So it has actually gotten close to our red. So me, I'll wait for it to see if it will push up a little bit before I'll enter. Because here is B, it's still B. This one has not fully crossed. Think about it. This one has not fully crossed. This one has crossed quite all right. This place is still a B. This place is, remove this put. This put is, look at this candle. This candle is still a blue candle. Yes, it's showing us a red, but it's still playing with a blue. So I'm not going to take it until this, my RSI crosses this red line and bends down. This one has crossed quite all right until it gives me an S, until it touches my Bollinger Band, until it touches my resistance zone. I'm not going to take this trade. Understand? And if I'm going to take this trade, I'm going to be looking to take this trade on it. It's showing us puts, but I'm not going to take this puts. I'll remove it. Understand? I want to look at my trade very well. So this is all about CASHTRAP. I'm sure everybody enjoyed this. And this is how you can avoid spike. I've told you guys about the time frame. I've told you guys about CASHTRAP. I think I've basically told you guys about everything. So let me see if you can take a sample trade for you guys. Let me see if we could take a sample trade for you guys. Ensure this sample trade, everybody's going to tell me what we're going to take, whether we're going to take a call or a put, to know if you guys understood or not. If you lose the trade, okay, I want to see if everybody understood the session. So I'm opening my IQ Sense. Okay. So what is the first thing I'm going to check? What is the first thing I'm going to check before I jump into a trade? Can someone tell me what is the first thing I'm going to look for? Currency strength meter. So when I go to so I go to currency strength meter, I want to always refresh it. So which pair are we going to take, guys? We want to look for the weakest and the strongest pair. So tell me which pair is the strongest and which pair is the weakest. Which one are we going to take now? Somebody saying Euro GBP, somebody saying GU, GBP. Let's see the winners. I'm seeing a lot of GBP, Euro AUD, GBP card. No, let's leave GBP card. GU. Everybody's saying GU, Euro GBP, Euro GBP. Who is winning? GU, Euro GBP. Okay, we'll take the two of them. So I go to we'll look for the one that has the highest percent. So let's see, GU is 67%. Why Euro GBP? Let's see what Euro GBP is saying. 60%. So the GUs have it. So we click on GU. Now, when you click on your IQ Cent or your Vide Forex or your risk option or your binary, whatever, make sure you come here and minimize it to the lowest. Don't look at a trade. Don't analyze a trade like this. Some of you, I see some people that take trades like this. You want to blow your account if you keep doing this. Even if like this is bad, make sure you minimize, click on it till the lowest. Understand? So now we are looking for GU. What position are we looking for GU? Are we looking for a buy or a sell? Are we looking for a buy or a sell? Euro AUD is 71%. Okay, let's look at Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Oh, 71%. Okay. I think I'll prefer Euro AUD. Let's see. So what are we going to be looking for on Euro AUD? Quick, guys. What are we looking for? Let me reduce my money because I don't trust you guys. I reduce it to 1. Put my 2 minutes. So what are we looking for on Euro AUD? We're looking for a sell. So we go to our CASHTRAP. We're looking at Euro USD. Euro GBP. So we type in Euro GBP. 1, 2, 3, GBP. Is this Euro GBP? Euro GBP. That's not Euro GBP here. Oh, that's not Euro GBP on CASHTRAP. You can see Euro NZD, Euro CHF, Euro A. Oh, we said Euro AUD, not. Oh, so sorry. Euro AUD. Good. So Euro AUD has gotten to what? Bollinger Bands here. It has gotten to our red Bollinger Bands. It has touched our first resistance. Let's take out the puts first of all. It has gotten to this red Bollinger Band, this red resistance. The red Bollinger Bands here. It has touched it a little bit. This one has crossed. We're waiting for the S to pop up. The S will soon pop up. Is about to sell. So let's go to our trading view. Let's look at, our distance. So we're probably going to sell very soon. Let's see. I'm going to take in on a $1 and let's see. I would want it to go up to this zone. But let's see, I took it on the $1 for 2 minutes, and the hourglass was it saying, is it going to, it has not given us an S, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmation, 5 confirmations. What else? What other confirmation do we need? It's on the resistance zone here. It's still playing here. Let's see if it wants to push up a little bit. If it breaks this zone, the next zone is going to be at this 010 zone. Currently, it's at the 997 zone. It's at the 997 zone. So we come to our IQ sense. Look at this, it's tanking. It's not even at 997, it's at 008 here. So I got in at 008. Currently, price is at 007. CASHTRAP is saying 997. So 997 is way lower here. Understand? So we're looking at this trade. Let's see if we need to roll over or if we need to stay in the market. So we're looking for a sell opportunity. I think I'll roll over here. Let's see. Sheesh, it pushed up. So now it has pushed up. Where is it going to? Where is it going to? It's going to the next resistance zone. It didn't respect, it has respected this one before. You can see it went here, and then this next one, it has broken it. So it has gotten to this zone, which is the 013. If we come to GBP USD, I mean Euro AUD. I hope I'm looking at Euro AUD. This is where, yeah, I'm looking at Euro AUD. So let's come to you can see it actually got to this 017 zone, 018. But let's go to Euro AUD, EURAUD. Let's see what it did. Okay, so I'm looking at the marked out zone at 049. Looking at the marked out zone at 049. So this market could push up to 049 before it drops. That means my entry was wrong. Now, why was my entry wrong? Because I rushed into the market. I'll lose this trade. I'll lose this $1 trade. Understand? So the price for this was it's somewhere at 0.54. 0.54. You can see it's still pushing up. Let's see, hourglass is still pushing up. Hourglass first price is 0.12. There's another one here at 0.46. So this is basically going to 0.46. Look at what this arrow is telling. This arrow is telling us to put, and I followed it to take a put. So take out this stuff. Always focus on, yes, this has crossed, this has crossed. We are waiting for it to give us an S. Once it gives us an S, we are in short position to sell. So wait for it and see it play out. I'm sure I've lost that trade. I used the $1 in light trade. Look at how high it has gotten. So this is how to avoid spikes. This is how to avoid spikes. I went in here, it has spiked. This one now, imagine if I rolled over again, or if I did this thing that some of you do. Maybe it went here, or it went here, and I entered again. It has still gotten way higher, and I would have lost that money. You understand? So I hope you guys are learning something, even from this lesson I'm taking, because it's not a loss, it's a lesson. Even from these lessons, I'm still teaching you guys something. I went in on the $1, I rolled over once, which is 1.30, 30%. So you see, market is still pushing up. Market is at 0.21. Where is market going to, guys? Drop it on the chat box. Where is market going to? Where is market going to? Somebody said 0.53. Where is market going to, guys? Look at it. Look at this market. Market is pushing up. It's at 0.28. Where is market going to? 0.46, 0.51, 0.49. Where is market going to? I want to see you guys drop it. You're learning. This thing is going to help you for life. 0.46, 0.46. Good. It's at 0.20, 0.30. Where is market going to, guys? 0.45. I can see you guys are dropping it. Look at it. 0.49. So you're looking at 0.49. Then on CASHTRAP, you're looking at a price of this is 0.46. Okay. So we're looking at 0.46, 0.49, 0.50 areas. Let's see. We're waiting for an S. Let's see. Are you guys getting how to pick up how to call out a trade now? Are you seeing how we do it now? I see when we say we're looking at the 0.50 areas. I see what we do. So let's see. Price push up. It has formed another candle. Let's see. It has given us a put again. Clear this guy out of this place. Let's see what it does if it wants to drop from here. Is there any zone around here? There is no zone around here. So the next zone is actually the 0.46 zone. Is there any zone? The current zone where it's at is at the 0. This one is not right. This one is not right. So we are waiting for it. We're waiting for it to get to our zone. It's almost there. It's almost there. Just 0.51 right now is at 0.32. Just about 20 pips away. It's at 0.30. Let's see. Even with this one now, I can stick higher. Let's see what the market is doing. What are we doing? We are attracting the market to ourselves. We are waiting patiently. You're not jumping into the market to take a trade just like that. Understand? So we're going to watch, see what the market is doing. The market is paused now. I just hope it's not my IQ sense freezing. Can you guys see it on your own side? Is it moving on your own side or is it freezing? EURAUD. Yes, it's still full. Yes, it's still full. So it's going to sell. Good, good. Hourglass. Okay, Hourglass is putting out the sell, but I know it will push up. Okay, it's going down. Let's see what's doing on our trading view. My trading, it's not moving here. Maybe my distance has frozen. What are you guys seeing on your end? It has dropped. Really? Look at my IQ sense. I couldn't even see the movement. Couldn't even see the movement. Sheesh. Can't even see that movement. It's terrible. So, but guys, are you guys learning something? Are you guys learning something? Drop some beautiful if you're learning something. Drop some beautiful if you're learning something. Sheesh, this stuff tanked. Where did it get to? It got to 0.31 and it tanked. Sheesh. It tanked massively. Drop some beautiful if you learned something. No, it doesn't matter whether you took the trade or not. You learned something today. Drop some beautiful in the chat box. Drop some beautiful in the chat box if you learned something. There's a probability that this thing could still push back to our zone. There's a probability that it could still push back to our zone. So don't get too carried away that, oh, market is tanking. Oh, man, I wish I took it. It could you could get in, and before your 3 minutes or 2 minutes is over, it could push up. But fine, if it's pushed down, yes, no problem. We would wait for another entry. We'll wait for another entry. Let's watch it. I won't be surprised if this market pushes back up. Drop some beautiful in the chat box, guys. If you learned something tonight, I'm sure this is going to change your game in the HFX markets. Drop some beautiful. This is basically all we do. Now, I'm sure now you have, my IQ set is not moving. I don't even know where the market is. This is just trash. Maybe I should open on that. I should have been able to tell you guys what to do, but it wasn't moving. Maybe I would have looked at. Okay, price has not gotten to our zone. So I won't even say I will take it for a sell yet. I still believe price will still get to this my zone. It could drop from here, quite all right, but I still believe it will still get to my zone. It's my zone is 0.47. It spiked up to 0.30. That's like 17 away. I'm not going to be comfortable in taking that trade. I'll still want it to get back to my zone before I take that trade. That's how you stay profitable. Profitable is at 0.03 now. That means it really tanked. Really, that means it really tanked. It really tanked. Drops on fire if you learned something. Drops on fire if you learned something. I couldn't take that trade. It's a 0.03 actually. Sheesh. That's a massive drop. You guys would have cleared this trade, but this is a trade. This is a training session. But I'm happy that you guys learned something. Drops on fire. Drops on beautiful. Drops on fire. Drops on beautiful. Drops on fire. Now you can take trades on your own. Drops on fire. Drops on beautiful. Amazing. We have how many posted on this call? I'll be surprised. Let me see how many people are still on this call. Seriously, we still have 93 people on this call. Amazing. We stay with 100 and we still have only 7 people left. That means the rest of you really found this engaging. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for receiving this value. I'm sure this must have helped you in your game of trading. I look forward to seeing you guys beasting in the market. So for me, I could still look at this market. I wish I saw this market moving then. For me, I thought it was still hanging around here. So I didn't know it had already started tanking. Maybe I would have had a different or a slightly different opinion. But let's see what happens. This stuff could push back to our 0.49 zone 0.46 zone, 0.49 zone. Drop some fire, drop some fire. You can take a screenshot of this training and you could tag me on IG. My name is Lawson Kings with an underscore. You could drop what you learned, Lawson Kings with an underscore on IG. You can take a screenshot, you can take a video recording and just tag me to this training. If this training really helped you, tag me to, if this training really helped you, tag me to, let me try and get my, tag me to your progress. Tag me, this stuff would probably still go up. You see, it's going back up. It's at 0.14 now. It's at 0.14. It's pushing back up. Let's see how far it gets. At least you have an idea now. Amazing. Yes, at least you have an idea. You may not learn everything the first day, but this will give you an idea. So when you're learning on your own, it will really help you out. So this is my handle. So go back there, drop some videos, drop some. Sheesh, look at this stuff. It's pumping up. 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 Let's see where it's going to. Let's see where it's going to. Let's see where it's going to. It's at 0.20 now. There's a probability that it could go to our 0.46 zone, and then it may tank from there again. If we had known, we would have probably taken a buy on its way down there. Because Euro AUD is a sell. So you're looking for a sell opportunity. Someone asked a question, and this is a very long question. If in a downtrend and candle gets to the green Bollinger Bands, yes, can you still take it as a support, knowing well it's still going further down, especially if, let me show you something. This stuff just showed us this S, you understand? So now, if price, so where price is right now, price could still tank a little bit. If it moves up to the previous zone, it could still tank. So if price was at this green Bollinger Band and you have a B here, this, your stochastic is, look at this stuff is pushing back up, probably going back to our zone. Probably going back to our zone. It's at 0.17 now on the CASHTRAP. Let me see what it's showing on the, sheesh, is at 0.28, very close to our previous entry of 0.31. Let's see what's going. Now, did you notice something, that candle that was red is that same candle that is green right now, right? Is that same candle that is green? See what I'm telling you guys? I'm looking at this on the 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Looking at it on the 15 minutes. Okay. Let's see on 5 minutes. Let's see what it was telling us. Oh, I see. Okay, it's still the same zone. It's still the same 0.50 zone. So that same candle that's on the 15 minutes that was showing you guys red, it has turned to a green candle. So these are the kind of things that can spike you out. And you'll be like, man, this is a 5 minutes. That's why you saw this red candle. If it was on a 15 minutes, I was looking at the 15 minutes on my trading view. I was looking at the 5 minutes here. That's why we saw this stuff. But this is going to sell. Now, everything is aligning for itself. So what you're doing, you're waiting for price to get to a previous resistance zone. If price gets to a previous resistance zone, which is somewhere around that 0.48, 0.46 you guys called, because it has broken this zone, is way higher than this place. So if price gets up there, you can conveniently take a sell. I wanted us to do a practical example. I don't know how long it will take for it to get there, but we would have gotten in. If it doesn't break, it's still pushing up. So if it doesn't break that zone, if it doesn't break this 0.50, 0.46 zones, you'd probably take it for a sell because it's well set up for a sell. So I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Don't forget, you're not supposed to rush. You're supposed to wait to draw it to yourself. Let's see what the market is doing. I hope it doesn't tank from here. We have 27 seconds, 26 seconds for a new candle to form on a 5 minutes time frame. Let's see what's going on. Let's see on our trading view, how far is it going? It still has a little while to go. Sheesh is going, it's at 0. Where is it now? Where is it now? Where is it now? Where is it now? It's at 0. It's at 0.36. It's almost there. It's almost there. Let's see it on trading view. It's at 0. It touched 0.41. Are you guys seeing something? What is it doing now? It's dropping. Let's see if it will push back up there. Let's see if it will push back up there. Are you guys getting something? Are you guys seeing this magic? If you can see this magic, you can see that after all that play, it's still heading back to our 0.46, 0.50 zones. Can you see this magic? You understand? So let's see if it wants to drop from here. I think it may still go back to, it has not touched our zone. It has not really touched our zone. Oh, okay. Let's see what it wants to do. It has not really touched our zone. This zone is 0.43. It has not really touched it. It got to 0.30 on CASHTRAP. It has not really touched it. So I will still wait. I will still wait for it to touch it. I will still wait. In as much as, yes, everything is showing me a sell. I can literally sell from here. But if you want to sell and go and boil stones, if you want to sell and go and boil stones, you give it a while. Don't be in a hurry. You give it a while for it to get there. It's not magic. Can't you see that we said it was going to our 0.46 zone and it actually went to 0.41? It actually went to 0.41. It's tanking, yes, quite all right, but it went to our 0.40 zones. Sheesh, tanking. Went to our 0.40. I won't be surprised if it goes back to 0.46. I won't be surprised. After all this gang is doing here, it could still go back to our 0.46 zones. But I'm teaching you guys something. Some other experienced guys, look at what it's doing. It's going back up. Some other experienced guys will probably have taken this thing on the sell and will probably have cleared on the 1 minute. Understand? But it's for people, most people here are newbies. You probably do not have the relevant experience. So I want you to be able to take a good trade and make money off it without being scared you're going to lose. Understand? I'm going to take this trade in front of you guys, but I want it to get to my zone. I would wait patiently for it to get to my zone. Wait patiently for it to get to my zone. It almost got there. Almost got there. Got to 0.39, 0.40, and my zone is 0.49. Just 9 points away. Just 9 points away. I would have loved it to get there. I know it to get there. So, guys, this is all for what if you're in profits for long and not clear. So, yes, if you enter this trade for a call, you understand, you could be in profit all this while, but look at when a new candle opens, it could hit you out. That's why you need to wait for it to get to that your support zone. If you get to that support zone, jump on the 2 minutes, and then you would jump on the 2 minutes, and then you'd clear the trade. So I'm still going to wait. It almost got there. It got to 0.40. Our zone was 0.46. It's almost got there, just 6 points away before it tanked. Nevertheless, we're happy that you guys understand this thing. At least, if anything, if you had jumped in on a 0.41 and it moved up with a rollover, you would have been able to make money, right? So, guys, drop some fire in the chat box if you understood this. If you had entered on the 0.41, a rollover would help you. But if you had entered wrongly, a rollover cannot help you. Understand? So we are not looking for a put and call on our trading view. We're looking for a put and a call on our hourglass. I told you the support and resistance zone. If you're taking notes, you shouldn't be asking that question. So if I had taken this trade on 0.41, even if it went against me, I knew that 0.46 is the last bus stop. It would have gotten there and it should have started tanking. So I would have simply done a rollover, and I would have been in massive profits. I'm sure everybody got value today. Tag me on Instagram. Do a video, do a screenshot or something, show your excitement. Tomorrow is Friday. I look forward to seeing you guys on our live session. So you guys now know the trick. You guys now know simply what we do. We are not magicians, you understand? You guys now know what we do to make this money. So I want to see the person with the nicest video for this, because I couldn't do a video. So if someone could just do a little video for me and just probably send to me, so I could post on my IG too. So price is pushing back up. It could get back to our 0.41 or our 0.46 zones or our 0.50 zones, and then it will tank. So if I had gotten in here, look at what price is doing. Can you guys see this magic? That price is actually attempting to go back there. So this is what I told you guys about attempting to get to a zone. So it has attempted it the first time, which you guys can see even on our, you can see it went the first time, it couldn't get there, it dropped. The second time it went, it was a bit higher, it dropped. This third time is going there now. It could go a bit higher than this first one, understand, and get to that 46 zone or 50 zone or 53 zones or so and drop again. Understand? Look at what's going on, guys. It's at 0.37. Let's see where it's going to. Let's see where it's going to. Let's see where this market is going to. Where is price at? Price is at 0.44. I couldn't get in. Let's see if it wants to push up a little bit. Sheesh, I couldn't get in. I couldn't get in. Are you guys seeing this magic? I couldn't get in. I was trying to set my 2 minutes. I couldn't get in. I couldn't get in. Let's see if it will push back. But did you guys see what happened? Can you guys see what's happening? I'm not even sad that I didn't get into this trade, but I just hope you guys are seeing what's happening. See the first one. Now, this second one is higher than it before it tanked. If I picked it up from here, massive profits. Everybody would have been shouting, sheesh, guys, sheesh. So you can see it's kind of simple, right? It's kind of, I'm giving you guys soup for tonight. You understand? It's kind of simple. So with understanding this, this stuff would drop down here and it could still go and attempt. Now it has gotten to 0.45. It actually got to 0.45, guys. We call that 0.46, right? It actually got to 0.45. So if I was sharp enough, I would have gotten it, but my lights are in my eyes, so I couldn't really see that my stuff was on 1 minute. So before I would change it to 2 minutes, it tanked. But guys, this was the trade I just called for you guys. If anybody had jumped in at 0.45, because 0.45 and 0.46, I see no difference. If any of you had jumped in there, boom, 2 minutes you should have cleared. Boom, 2 minutes you should have cleared. Boom, 2 minutes you should have cleared. If price gets to 0, that's 0.53. 2 minutes, boom, you should have cleared. Let's go, guys. Let's go. So drop some excitement. See you guys on the other side. You have had this call for 1 hour 30 minutes. So make some videos, post on the group chats, make everybody that missed this trade, pepper them, show them that sheesh, they missed a lot on this training. So drop your recordings, your screenshots on all the groups, the money team, all your team groups. Tell them that they missed it. Look at this, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you should have even cleared. Go and tell them that they lost, they missed out on a whole lot. All right, have a nice day, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Good night. Let me play my DJ song again now. While I'm still waiting, I'll play my DJ song. I still want my recording, so if you have a recording, you can please send it to me. Yeah, I'll do a record. Yeah, I think it's recorded. So price has gotten back to my zone, so I want to take it from here. Let's see. You want me? Tell me that you love me. Show me that you want me. Tell me that you love me. Make me go. Say that you wish to go. Back me you. I'm not the girl I know so. Take a body tonight. And I wonder if you're possible, yeah. One of mine, I waste time. Me, I get to give you all my paper, yeah. I'm addicted to you, and I don't know what to do. I one of mine, I waste time. Me, I get to give you all my paper,